At the end of the day, it's all about freedom.
I will say for a libertarian, and this is why I was saying at the beginning, I'm not at all optimistic about Trump. I mean, for people who are looking to make live in a more libertarian world, I'll tell you there's some things to be really concerned about with Trump. And you were touching on a few of them when we were talking before the show, Mike. But I'll tell you, anybody who champions the military and champions the police as much as Donald Trump does as a president should really rub libertarians the wrong way. And this is a guy who goes out of his way at every stop to pretty much, at least rhetorically, pretty much just write a blank check to the military and the police. Donald Trump is really, he does a lot of splitting. This is something that narcissists do a lot, but there's a lot of splitting with Donald Trump. And splitting is like a psychology term. I might be fucking this up a little bit, but more or less things are either like the greatest or the worst for Trump. It's like the media is the most dishonest people in the world, and then the cops are the greatest human beings in the world. It's like if you like him, you're great. What do you think of Rudy Giuliani? Well, he said I'm brilliant. So he's a wonderful guy. He was a great mayor. He could have been the exact same mayor. Said I'm not for Trump. He'd have been like he was a crummy mayor. Nothing ever happened. It's all so. The cops and the military essentially just have a blank check, and again, if to any libertarian, it'd be pretty hard to not look at both of those groups as agents of aggression, not exactly our friends. So this is pretty bad. The stuff about building up the military, I mean, goddamn, guys, like what level of military do we need? No. How much money? At the same time as all of these, I hear some of my Republican friends make this point sometimes, and I appreciate it, where they'll say to people on the left, like, how much do you want to tax me? How much money should I pay? How much money should we spend on education? How much is enough? Well, man, I asked Donald Trump, I mean, how much do we need to spend on this fucking military? How many times do we need to be able to blow up the planet?
Right.
Before you're okay with saying we've got you feel badass.
So he said at CPAC that he said his quote was, "This is going to be the greatest military buildup in history."
Oh, wonderful!
All right. So then I tweeted out to because antiwar.com tweeted that. So then I was like, yeah, because our military is so depleted, and I tweeted this chart out where we spend $596 billion in 2005. This is from 2015 on our military, and that doesn't include like black ops budgets and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've seen some estimates that put it close to $1 trillion when everything's gets out, but who knows?
But
yeah,
the
it's still
next countries are not even close.
So tell me now. Hold on, I want to go a little bit deeper into this, right? Because you have the next countries here. Can I see that? Because this is great.
Go ahead, take a look.
Because there's a little bit more of a point even to be made here than that. So right now, the next countries we have here, okay. The next one, so we're spending, they have us close about $600 billion, and then the next one is China, around $200 billion. So it's like this huge drop off. We're spending we're just lapping them on the amount of defense spending, right? Then the next countries, okay, with the exception of Russia, which spends about $66 billion. So we're spending about $600. They're spending about $66. And I think about that. Think about how drastically bigger our military is. But then, besides that, the other countries on the list, Saudi Arabia, UK, India, France, Japan, Germany, South Korea. You know what those countries all have in common? They're all fucking allies of ours. All allies. So not only do we spend all this money, but there's only 2 other countries on that list that are even quasi-hostile with America. And of course, now what do you think, honestly? Do you think the fact that we spend so much money on our military makes them spend less on their military? No, they'd probably be spending even less if we weren't spending so much money. So it's all just fucking ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And again, as I said, we can blow up the world many times over. There's no, Again, this is what Mike's, the numbers we're looking at there is what they call the Department of Defense budget, and there is absolutely nothing defensive about 95% of what that budget goes to.